Adam Pacitti from Cultaholic.com, and we are 1 week and 1 day away from WrestleMania 34, the granddaddy of them all, the show of shows, the showcase of the immortals. Stop looking funny into the cameras, you two. I am joined by Marvelous King, catchphrase King, comma, Ross Twiddell, and the Shredditor, Sam Driver. We are here with 9 pitches for WrestleMania 34. Ross, would you like to start us off?
Are you going to give me the green light? Because I'm ready to go. Well, I'm going to start with a man whose role at WrestleMania is still up in the air, even though we are 8 days away from the grandest stage of them all. Point, Elias.
Okay.
I want to see Elias perform a concert. I don't want to see him wrestle, and I want to see him interrupted. But by whom, I hear you ask? Jeff Jarrett. No, not Jeff Jarrett. He was supposed to laugh there. He didn't laugh. Give us something to work with. And then,
what do you mean? Give us some work. Give us some comedy time. He went. Jeff Jarrett. You're supposed to laugh. Didn't give us any time.
You weren't threatening to move though. It's like talking to a corpse.
Am I supposed to wind up before I laugh?
I don't think Jeff Jarrett's unlikely to start off with.
Not
he
him.
has a guitar. Elias has a guitar. Smashing guitars.
But it's Jeff Jarrett.
I don't want to hear,
Vince
man.
hates Jeff Jarrett. He's in the Hall of Fame, but Vince hates Jeff Jarrett.
He's in the Hall of Fame. He's in the area. Can you think
he
of anyone
stiffed him
better
for
to
money.
interrupt Elias?
The Rock.
The Rock. Okay.
The Rock. And then The Rock comes down.
Yeah.
Elias and The Rock have a match, and Elias wins in 2 seconds.
What? Is that part of it? Is that part?
Because that's going to get vetoed. I mean, that can't be part
Hits
of
him
it.
with a heavy guitar. Quick count by the referee. Elias is the new world champion.
So
by
a
beating The Rock.
reverse of Eric
What, just
Rowan.
giving a
Just giving the
championship
world
just for beating
championship.
The Rock?
That's my pitch for WrestleMania.
He doesn't have to
34.
wrestle for it.
I thought we were starting off sensible and then going all downhill.
Going mental.
Clarify your actual
So,
pitch.
right, what I would like to see happen that is distinctly possible and not just complete fantasy is Elias has a concert, sings a funny song, the crowd have a laugh and boo and sing along, and then all of a sudden, if you smell is heard, The Rock comes out, interrupts him, and they have a little bit of a sing-off, they hug, which won't happen. The Rock will hit him with a rock bottom on the stage or off the stage, just down several flights of stairs or something, and then that's the end of the segment.
That's the end of Elias. Just gone.
Do you want to see another talent, another real up-and-coming talent who is over with the fans, not in the way, Eric Rowan wasn't, but do you want to see Eric Rowan 2.0?
This is The Rock in WWE. Doesn't matter who it is.
But this is your pitch. This is what you want to see.
Yeah, because it's fathomable.
I
Easy for me to
think
say.
it's actually more possible for it to be Jarrett now, because Jarrett can come out and
I shouldn't have said that. Get him
they
out of your
can-
head.
They can do a duet.
My Baby
of
Tonight
sorts.
was awful.
They can do
No,
a
it
duet
was.
of sorts.
Terrible.
But they can do a duet, and then something goes wrong, and Jeff Jarrett hits him with the guitar. And then Elias is the arsehole. Jeff Jarrett's the Hall of Famer. Everybody cheers for Jeff Jarrett for the final time in his career, but he's in the
For the
Bullet
only
Club.
time in his
For the
career.
Bullet Club,
I would
remember? He's in that still.
I would only accept this if at the end he goes, "Hey, Elias, I'm your pappy, slappy." No, gets revealed to be his dad.
Is he gonna hit a little person with a guitar and stop him from shooting everybody?
So when I used to talk about slap nuts, that was the process of me producing you, Elias, son. I'm your pappy, slappy. And that's the end of it.
Could you imagine if this
Elias
baby
has
had
a
another...
Elias has a
another-
dad. Next year's WrestleMania, we have
Another
a
illegitimate
father and son
child
tag
story.
match against Angle and Jordan.
Just every year at Mania, another legend has a different kid who's now a wrestler.
Just came up out on the spot. I'm your pappy, slappy. That's great.
It is really good.
You should trademark it. Get a T-shirt made.
I don't want to see it. I'm going to say no. I don't want. I want to see Elias do a concert. I don't want to see him as Braun's tag partner, which is one of the rumors for Braun's tag partner. I'd like to see him do a concert, but for The Rock just to come out and rock bottom him.
I'm not on board with that because once again, it's just an old. I know it is because I'm going to pitch it to happen because I think it will. I'll look clever.
No, this
I
is
don't
what
necessarily.
you want to see.
It's not. You're not going for the credibility here.
No, I am.
It's
That's all I'm
about.
about.
Say, I
Sam,
want
that's
to see.
all I'm about with rhymes and stuff like Vince McMahon likes big sweaty men is credibility. Um,
I'm a journalist, Mum. I've done it. I've done it.
Okay, it's a no from me, which is Simon Cowell apparently. Not who did we say? Craig David or something. Sam, what do you think?
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go big to begin with.
No,
you give me an answer.
Oh.
God damn it!
I've got to give you an answer. Now.
Aye.
I sort of agree. I think I'd like to see Elias do a concert. if he's gonna get beaten down, I'm not shaking your hand yet. If he's gonna get beaten down, there needs to be a credible reason. It can't just be an interruption with "I'm gonna beat you up." He has to be beaten.
But it's WWE, so that's
the
going to happen.
biggest arsehole to. It has to be worse than he's ever been to the audience, and only then will it be acceptable.
There are storyline reasons for both.
But go on.
Maybe not storyline reasons, but The Rock used to sing, Jarrett used to sing. Like, they both have guitars, they could both get smashed, and I just don't want to see The Rock do it. I don't mind Jarrett doing it, oddly enough.
I only want Jarrett to do it if he comes out in his silver NWO 2000 gear.
I don't think that's likely.
These hot pants, what's wrong with you?
No, the sparkly silver jacket, the really cheap knockoff shirt.
Sure.
Most memorable part of his career, that.
Okay. What is your pitch for WrestleMania 34?
I want Undertaker to not show up until WrestleMania.
Madness. Buy rates, Sam.
He doesn't have to physically appear. Okay. So, you on the Go Home Raw, you could have the bell toll after Cena does another big, long, annoying, ranty, moany speech.
I like them. I think they're fun.
So yeah, they're good, but he can do that, and then the bell tolls after he finally sort of gives up on it, and then he's got his match. But then Taker only appears at Mania, so it's like a big, ooh, is he gonna be American? No, he's not.
We want you to pay $9.99 for this match that might not happen.
Look at the rest of the card. It's gonna happen.
They're all confirmed matches.
If the bell tolls, everybody knows Taker's going to be there.
So this is dependent on the bell tolling on Raw, so you don't see Undertaker.
Don't see Undertaker.
Know what he's going to appear as. But a bell signifies... Yeah.
No, like if
Does
you have
not
like
signify the dead man Taker.
No, because you still had the bell tolling.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
I had it on American Badass.
Please hear. Oh, I'm a cowboy. I'm a singer in black. My finger in the air. I'm a singer. Say hey. I wish I was from the Northwest, mate. I think it's a great accent. To speak like Peter Kay.
Say come by. Go on.
Kumba.
There you go. You made a good shepherd, Ross.
I don't know what that meant. What was it?
I am not anti it as long as the match is confirmed via bell toll.
Yeah,
because
it doesn't need to just be a bell toll. It could be creepy. If they're gonna do Old Taker, it could be like creepy. Thing plays on the Tron, lightning strikes the ring, bell tolls, something like that for Cena to get a definite it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
but I think the spectacle of not seeing Taker till Mania drives curiosity so much that I'd just be like, I need to see this. I need to see it.
Yeah, totally. How about the lights go out and everybody thinks something spooky is going to happen? The lights come back up, and behind John Cena is Fred Durst in all of his middle-aged glory.
Yes. The one that didn't sing the song for me.
Rolling? Are you kidding?
No, well, that's not
yeah,
all. That's
I
not
know
all.
Kid Rock is there.
Kid Rock's there.
But
we're going to stage.
Maybe they'll do a mashup.
Is Fred Durst still alive?
Yes!
You never hear him anymore.
He's like living in Russia now. He's like Steven Seagal. He's like a big expat.
He'd get to New Orleans, 100%. Okay.
Would they allow him into the state?
I'm all for it. I like the idea of not seeing Taker before WrestleMania.
Yeah.
As long as the match is confirmed.
I need to be brought in gently here, not have a shock appearance of American Badass. I'm worried about the reception of it all, so it needs to be tested on Raw next week before WrestleMania, where it could be cracked all over.
So the bell tolls and everybody goes, oh. And then,
take a little straw poll. Vince is like, do you like this?
Hold on. We're on a 5-minute delay. Hold on. Do it again. And then American Badass plays and everybody goes, yeah!
The Undertaker's appearance is decided via Twitter.
Why not? They might as well. We're in the 21st century.
Is it a yes from you?
It's a no from me. I can't have
boo
that.
This man.
Take the handshake back.
Go on, give me
it. You two being all chummy. Discuss it.
Oh, your hands are sticky, Ross.
Mine.
What have you been doing?
I've been touching myself.
So, mine...
Clammy balls.
Mine follows on, getting off this subject fairly rapidly.
Clammy balls.
Clammy balls. They're dry hands. They are
soft as babies' arses, I tell you.
Mine is...
Because I know what babies are.
The Undertaker returning as Mark Calloway.
No.
This is from left field.
No.
Right. He has left his Undertaker gear in the ring.
Turned up at Raw 25 as Undertaker.
Fair point. But none of you think that Taker's coming back either, in fairness.
No, I think,
retired.
I think the dead man is dead.
But he appeared at Raw 25.
Yeah, but he appeared sort of just in what looked like street clothes with his coat on.
Okay, sure. I would like to see it because I think that character has been retired. I don't personally want to see Biker Taker because I didn't like it that much. And I think a lot of the audience aren't behind that at all. The idea of Mark Calloway having one shot, not mean Mark Calloway, just Mark Calloway versus John Cena is something that nobody is thinking about, and I think it would draw good money, and it would be really fascinating to see what is different about Mark Calloway than the Undertaker.
See, I don't think that if American Badass Taker comes back, it's not going to be Undertaker on the bike with the bandana and the denim,
got
like
to-
triple denim.
yeah,
I
it's
think it's
gotta
going to
Biker
be
Taker walking to
no.
the ring.
I
His
think
name's Biker
no.
Taker.
I think it's if it's going to be Biker Taker entrance like American Badass, we're going to be getting Dead Man Inc. Taker.
Segue instead, because
No,
2018.
we're going to be getting Taker in leather pants and looking a bit more mean and not Dead Man Taker.
Imagine him not coming down on a bike.
No,
That
he'll
is mad.
it can come down on a bike, but I think it wouldn't be like ridiculous over the top triple
bike.
denim like Taker. I
we
think it'd
talked about
be-
this on the podcast.
I think it'd be sort of when he was just at the point where he was it was like Dead Man Inc. and he was just wearing like the black and like the vest. I think it'd just be that, but on a motorbike.
So the sort of illusion that people maybe have of him outside the ring, maybe that's how people think of him dressing most of the time. He is
Gun-loving
Yeah.
cucumber,
Yeah.
scary cat.
Crutch enthusiast.
I don't know. What do you think to Mark Calloway versus John Cena?
I think it's too random.
I think a
Even though-
match
even-
like that is
Yeah.
the retirement.
random?
He hasn't
Match.
been known as a
I
mark,
want this to
a
be a
mark
match.
I don't think it
for
will be.
nearly 30 years.
I
Sure, but people know.
I
that
think
he's Mark
building to the Undertaker as Mark Calloway versus John Cena. I think that
WrestleMania worthy?
needs it needs a long build. That
Does it?
yeah.
He's not around for a long
don't-
build.
I think he's a-
you're
he's
He's just
he's
had
a-
his.
I think
he's
he's a
just had his hips replaced, so he might actually be
Yeah.
able to go a bit better than he could in recent years.
You're desperate. You told me earlier you're desperate to see him retire at Survivor Series. Just
yeah,
because of
it's
Survivor
it's
Series.
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. If that can't happen, if this is his last match, would you be anti? I'm desperately trying to plead my cause here.
I know. I want to see, because it wasn't Mark Calloway that came in. I want to see the Undertaker. If the Undertaker's going, the Undertaker needs to die, and it needs to be the Undertaker, and that's it. And there's nothing more in that career, and that's it. Sort of like what we thought had happened at 33.
But that was so perfect.
It
That
was
the
so
death of The
perfect,
Undertaker. It was
but-
beautiful.
Yeah, but I just think if they're gonna keep bringing him back, I don't want to see Mark Calloway. I want to see the Undertaker.
Okay.
I just think he's that big of a stickler for kayfabe and old-timey stuff.
Yeah.
He wouldn't do his real name.
No.
Perhaps not.
So
That's what I'm
therefore,
saying. I think that's the most compelling story.
as Duncan
Yeah.
Bannatyne would say, I'm out.
I think it'd be an incredible story. Don't get me wrong. I think it'd be amazing. But I just think the build to that is like, I think you're looking at like Michael's Taker 2 level build.
Sure.
Like I think that's the sort of level of like this is
I
gonna
just
happen.
don't know if that can be done with the Undertaker.
When everybody knows it's a horrible eventuality, you know what's going to happen in the match, and you know that it's going to end very badly for him. But it's this long build, this huge adventure.
Okay. So have I got a no?
That's a no from me.
Oh.
And I'm
in
out.
the famous words of Craig David.
Mine's next one's about the role Ronda Rousey plays in her match with
Okay.
Mrs. Ladyballs and Triple H.
What
I
role?
think
She's UFC. That's her role.
she needs to know a role, and she needs to kick the living Jesus out of Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie McMahon should have one strike at the start of their interaction, and then that should be it. It cannot go any further than that because Stephanie is not a wrestler. She's an executive.
She has the business running through her veins, Ross.
Yeah, I know, but she
can
hasn't
hit
got
a
any
450
wrestling,
if she wants.
wrestling
but she
skill running
can't.
through her veins, has she, though? She's a part-timer.
She won't want to hit a 450 because she won't want to embarrass her.
I want to
That's what
see
I'm saying.
Stephanie slap her because that's what she does. Apparently, her slaps are very real and very hard, and
Yes.
it always looks great, doesn't it? Even though the meaning just kills you inside.
What if Ronda just wants to shoot on Steph?
Oh, I'm
Maybe
all
if she's
for it,
just
Ronda.
wanted-
If you want to do that, you'd make me a very happy man. Get rid of one McMahon and we've just got Shane to go,
Ross will get down on one knee, Ronda, right now.
even though she's already married.
That doesn't matter to Ross.
Fancy going again. One of those modern-day three-way relationships.
So you want to see one slap and then Ronda
And then
trying
Ronda
to, trying
turns
to get to
red.
Stephanie the whole time?
No, or just going for it
Destroy
and
her.
that's it. Destroy. I think the role Stephanie plays here needs to be quite understated for the good, the sort of standard
The
Ronda
good
has.
of mankind.
No, for the good of Ronda's career, I think. Because imagine in her first match, Ronda's getting flipped
Jobbed
around
out by
and suplexes by Stephanie McMahon, who could barely beat Brie Bella
Yeah.
and stuff. Nothing against Brie, by the way, but you know what I mean.
I want to see it the other way around. I want Stephanie to resort through nefarious means to usage of weapons and get the
That's
upper
all
hand
right.
on okay.
I mean, because it's obviously
you just don't want to see
it's not a
Steph hitting Germans.
it's not
right?
a no
She
it's
doesn't
not a
wanna
no
German
D-
suplex,
yeah
it's
it's
not
not, it's, not,
DQ.
it's not a no DQ, is it? She can't.
You just don't want
officially.
Steph to exhibit any sort of wrestling ability.
Yeah, because I think
Okay.
they've brought Ronda in and it'll cut her legs off before she's even got started.
I'd like what you sort of touched on, which is, Steph gets a slap in, Ronda maybe gets 1 or 2 strikes, and then Triple
Ronda.
H gets in the way, and it's Ronda trying to get to Steph.
I agree.
I
for
think
the rest
that's
of the
what will
match. I
happen.
think
then.
that's
and
gonna
then
be
finally,
brilliant.
but then finally, Ronda will get the victory. Somehow.
Yeah. By throwing Steph clean out of the Superdome.
Yeah,
Or
Ronda's getting
Silver
the pin.
Dome, or
Ronda's
whatever it
getting
is.
the pin, which is a
Superdome.
weird thing because Stephanie isn't a wrestler, so I don't know how you get to that moment.
She, yeah, I mean,
But I just,
I'm with you.
I'm a little
Yeah.
bit scared just because it's Stephanie that she's going to get a little bit more in than she should.
yeah.
I think maybe Hunter, my mate Hunter, could
Big
hold
old
Ronda
Paul.
with multiple slaps, weapon shots, and all that sort of stuff. But yeah,
Whoa.
ultimately, I don't want to see Steph wrestle.
That's the
And that's not
only.
what she's about
but
either.
that's a questionable thing though. Like, is WWE gonna want to show Triple H? It's COO.
Mhm.
I know that he's a character, Triple H.
Yeah, yeah.
But are they
That's what I
gonna
want to see.
want to show him attacking a woman, even if it's a very capable? Like, if he gets the upper hand via weapons and he's just beating
She's
Ronda
a
up.
legitimate fighter.
I
keep in
know,
mind.
but if he's beating up Ronda, are they going to want to show that? That's
Yeah,
a man
it's kinda-
attacking a woman.
Even though
That's-
it
I
showed
think
because
I
it's
think
wrestling. It's
him
wrestling.
holding her, maybe. I don't
I
know.
think
I
him
don't know what
him
the
holding
guidelines
her
are.
while Steph attacks her will be as much as we see
That's
in
what
terms of
my
interaction
suggestion is.
between them. Yeah.
But to get to the point, yes, I'm behind you there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
think you'll
It's a
agree.
unanimous.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody.
It's a unanimous decision, and it's going straight to no. That's wrong show in it.
That's
That's the other one.
That's
the
the
other
other
one
one.
today
Sam.
and tomorrow.
What is your next pitch for WrestleMania 34?
My next pitch for WrestleMania is War Geordie Nev turning back up after the cruiserweight match to beat down the victor.
Okay, I like it. I want to see War Geordie Nev return.
That's the one.
Certainly.
Go on,
but
then.
he doesn't
Sing
want...
it, go on.
Go on, then.
What?
Sing Busker, come on.
I'm coming home, New Astle.
Where
Don't
is
do
the
the
C?
C.
Geordies don't say C, do
We
they?
do Newcastle.
Newcastle.
New Astle.
Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Yeah, you're trying.
It's hard.
I want to see Neville
Hard
come back
C.
as well.
Yeah.
But I know he well, I don't know, but he very much likely doesn't want to be involved in the cruiserweight scene. That was part of the creative
Yeah.
issues originally. So
But,
him attacking the champion,
205 Live has changed, remember?
It's got better.
Yeah.
it's got better.
I still don't agree with 205 Live. I think it should be just moot and devoid and destroyed, and it should just be thrown into the main roster. I think,
Sure.
like, why bring cruiserweights back if you're just going to make them wrestle each other like a contained indie? But I just want to see Nev come back and get involved.
Immediately I'm going to say no because I don't want him
Yeah.
back on that scene. I think he's better than that, and I think he should be.
Yeah.
Not to say that the cruiserweights are in any way worse wrestlers. or
Jack
anything
somewhere
like
right now is crying because he knows that Lindsay Dorado heard that
that.
with his
That's
Lindsay
not what I'm
Dorado
suggesting.
sense.
I just think Neville could do far bigger, better things. So it's a no
Yeah.
from me.
I agree. I think the only way you're going to get Neville back is if it's not in the 205 Live. They're going to have to give him more, which I think he deserves as a heel.
What do you think if he comes back and wins the Battle Royal?
More power to him.
Yeah.
It's done well for everyone else.
Yeah.
The match that has launched careers, and then two of the men who won the
Oh,
last two are
God.
back in that match.
Yes.
Big Show's doing fine.
But yeah, I think it's going to take a mid-level, intercontinental or US to bring Neville back. That sort of feud.
He bloody deserves it.
Yeah, he does, and he's good.
Really,
He's
really
good
good.
They
enough
need
as
to
well.
elevate those belts still. I don't care about the US belt.
Like a little
at
Brock
least.
Lesnar,
I
isn't he?
just can't get behind
Yeah,
it.
he is. He doesn't look like a cruiserweight.
No,
That's the thing,
No,
he always felt
yeah.
out of place there, just because he's got such a different.
That's
body
why I
type.
liked. That's why I liked King Neville so much because it was so like he just sort of looked like the most dominant person there. Was the most dominant person there,
Yeah.
and it was just great.
It's a no from me, I'm afraid, Sam.
I don't know from
Well,
me.
you're a
Sam.
shower of
Oh.
bastards, and I'm quitting. See you
See
later.
ya,
Yeah.
goodbye, that's the end. We're throwing away this video now. Okay, my next one is.
Are you gonna keep lowering this
I was
table,
gonna
mate?
say, it's
Sorry about that.
like a
Am I
bloody
just not allowed to
lowrider,
touch
this.
it?
You
Okay,
can
my next
pretend
one
to
is
lean.
Luke Harper being given the permission to do something magnificent, which sounds very.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
So we all know that the matches largely come down to how the producers allow the match to happen, right?
Yes.
Luke Harper is one of the most underrated, underutilized.
110%.
He's fantastic, and I think this could be his WrestleMania. I think in a week's time we'll be looking back and going, remember what Luke Harper did? And I want him to be given the permission to do that. Eric Rowan is fine as well. I love the Bludgeon Brothers, but Luke Harper has always shone and I think this could be his moment, especially after limited matches. As far as the squashes go, now's the time to bust out something magnificent.
But what do you have in mind? What do you want him to do?
I don't know, something off a ladder, anything. Like
my issue with this is that every single move the Bludgeon Brothers do is in tandem now. I don't know if you noticed this.
Yes, yeah.
So like Dark Souls bosses.
If
Roman can pick him up.
If Luke's doing something big, that means Eric has to do something big as well.
No. You know those people when you do a human pyramid and there's got to be someone on the bottom. That's Eric Rowan in this situation.
Sort of, yeah. So basically, Eric Rowan climbs a turnbuckle, stands and balances perfectly. Harper climbs up on his shoulders, stands and balances perfectly, and then they just sort of both flip in tandem.
He just goes flying over the top rope. That'll be it.
Yeah, he did it.
Oh, God.
He deserves the opportunity to do something great. I remember watching the ladder match with Luke Harper and Stardust.
WrestleMania 31, it's great.
Fantastic, and Luke was great in that.
Yeah.
And I want to see that again because he really, really deserves it. And I think in some ways the Bludgeon Brothers may hold him back.
They're going to have to get rid of the Bludgeon Brothers soon anyway with War Machine, the real thing.
No,
yeah.
Not true. Just rebrand War Machine. Give them the cheerleader gimmick. That's fine. Ross, thoughts?
You've got me off guard. I'm not against it.
Okay.
I think there's a distinct possibility. What would you have him do if you were the producer? And you said, I'd look at you, Luke Harper. I can see you're 6'12". I can see you're 500 pounds. Mm-hmm. What are you going to do to take my breath away that we haven't seen before?
I don't know, because I'm not a producer, and I...
What do you mean? You're the general manager of WCW.
Why do we have to do this every video? Sure, okay. I don't know what that is. I just want to see something spectacular, and whether that be something off a stage, a ladder. He's a great high flyer. We've seen his dives.
Yeah.
I want to see something to that effect, but I want to be shocked, so I'm not going to suggest anything. I just want to see something big.
Tall order, some would say. I'm saying that.
He's more than capable.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Yeah, I want to see that.
I agree.
Well,
Yes! 2 for 2.
Throw Luke Harper a bone.
Ross.
I have.
Final.
This one is wet dream territory.
Sure.
So we know the Undertaker's coming back. I think that's a given. But how? I don't know. I agree. Did I disagree with you before? Yeah, I did, didn't I? I don't want to see him on Raw next week for this scenario. What happens is...
You bellend! You absolute bellend!
So after Matt Hardy has competed in the arm bar in the pre-show,
I'm vetoing this regardless. It's going to be the best idea in the
you
world.
won't when you hear it. This is magnificent. A scene plays out on the main show whereby Matt Hardy somehow is wound up with the hat, the coat, and the gloves of the Undertaker from WrestleMania 33. He does some weird satanic ritual. He throws them into the Lake of Reincarnation. Out of the Lake of Reincarnation comes Biker Taker. Signor Benjamin is now sitting on that bloody giraffe at this point with a WrestleMania sign. Undertaker points at the WrestleMania sign. That is how the Undertaker is brought
The broken universe enables people like this.
Creative geniuses.
Wait. He points at the WrestleMania sign on the show and then comes out.
No, in the video. This is at the Hardy compound. This is
next week on Raw.
No. This is at This is the.
Why would he point to the WrestleMania sign when he's about 50 meters away from it?
No, because he's not there. He's at the Lake of Reincarnation. He's literally.
So he gets an Uber.
He's
literally over to New Orleans.
No, he's got a bike. He's the Biker Taker. So then we cut to the next scene in the video package, which is the map of America, and there was one of those little lines going from South Carolina.
It's still going
all the way to wherever, New Orleans. I don't know how long that is. And then he's there on his bike at the top of the stage, a bit wet.
Sobbing.
Yeah. No, not sobbing, just wet from the Lake of
He's
Reincarnation.
A sodden taker.
Sodden, yeah.
Sure.
So he said sobbing. I'll be sobbing because it'll be great. It'll be emotional.
That is single-handedly the worst booking idea I've ever heard.
Do you think?
I've heard some booking ideas.
Do you think Matt Hardy needs that rub? Because there's a rub for Matt Hardy.
Yes. Senor Benjamin needs it as well.
I'd rather have him come back as V1 and forget about this
But
entire
just imagine.
escapade.
I forgot you don't like it. I remember we did that video about that.
I wasn't in it.
Neither was I. I enjoy it. I love it all.
It's a no from me because I think it diminishes
sacrilege.
the Undertaker's
You're no
return.
Sacrilege.
You're no fun.
It's
It would be
sacrilege.
fun.
And then we'll be able to have the new sort of Brothers of Destruction, but with Undertaker and Matt Hardy going.
And what, is he going to throw the bike in next? And out comes Bray Wyatt on the bike as Undertaker.
No, because Bray Wyatt will already have come back out as
Undertaker.
No, as spooky southern weird
the
fellow.
original
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt,
Not the
the,
mis-
cool,
the-
the droll,
The guy who can do magic and
the
talk
Cape
with
Fear,
The one
what's
that
his
had
name?
a- yeah, the
the
one that-
Waylon Mercy.
with
Yeah,
what's he called?
You know, had a sort of
The big
fetish
fella?
for
The big fella.
Hawaiian
Oh,
shirts.
Eli Cottonwood.
Eli Cottonwood. That
sorry.
one.
Yeah.
That ring. Yeah.
You want to see that? You want to see
That's
Eli
already.
Cottonwood?
That's already. Not
That's
Eli
your fourth
Cottonwood.
pitch here. It's Eli Cottonwood
I want to see Eli
returning at WrestleMania.
I want to see him play guitar with Elias and then win the Universal Championship.
It's a no.
It's a firm, absolutely firm no. I would stake my life on that as a no. So on the point,
It's a no from me.
Come on. Let's
Calm
be
down.
friends.
right, so my final one, it's a little bit harebrained, but it's nowhere near as bad as the mescaline trip you just took us on. You mentioned Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt obviously thrown into the lake of reincarnation and all of that fun. I
Listen
think
to him rolling his eyes.
I-
Listen to him rolling his eyes.
Listen to it.
What a lovely sound for those listening. Right.
As much as I would like to see creepy, backwards cult leadery Bray Wyatt again, if they were to do a full repackage, obviously
Harris.
not Husky Harris, but there's a big question over WrestleMania, and that is over one match in particular, and it is who's going to be Braun's partner. So, if you're going to do a full firm repackage, maybe you have the other team come out, and then Braun comes out, and then who's his partner? It's insert new gimmick here.
Have you got an idea in mind?
Come on then,
for-
Sam.
I don't know.
He's
they
terrified just
had-
in case we laugh like
Yeah.
you didn't mind.
No, we got Husky
Axel
Harris. You
Mulligan?
got Axel Mulligan, who was wearing a cheap Slipknot mask. You could do anything. You could give him brand new
I
gimmick.
don't think he could because he's got such a
He could be
unique
Snickers
body.
man.
You got such a unique body. Those Husky Harris chants that sometimes make an appearance will just be Bray Wyatt.
You want to see a total repackage?
Nah, see, part of me does like this sort of sick, twisted side of me wants to see him like with this whole new thing.
The
'cause I think-
Funkasaurus
I
2.
think- no, like not a bad gimmick. Like I'd just like to see what would happen with such an established star getting a brand new, completely different gimmick
Yep.
that quickly. I think it'd be weird, but it could be good.
It could be good.
At the same time, I would very much like to see old cult leader Bray Wyatt, but I'm thinking in a weird scenario, what if you partnered him with Braun?
Could you say it in a weird twist of fate, which means you could get Matt Hardy involved with it?
Matt Hardy's got his own solo career to worry about, and
Does
he can
that
worry about
overshadow
it.
Braun, who is now a bigger deal than Bray ever was?
No, I think if anything, it might damage Bray
No, I'm saying, you think it'll damage Bray?
to be Braun's partner
Yeah.
after he was Braun's leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll damage.
What are you
Bray.
suggesting it for then?
I don't know. I'd like to see it. I think it'd just be weird.
I think for me, it's storyline wise, perhaps the best, the
It's-
most sensible option.
It's either the best or worst time to debut a new gimmick, I guess, is Mania, because it's either going to get immediately destroyed or everybody's just going to get
With
behind
the
it.
Undertaker coming back, isn't that spot filled? The new gimmick.
It
the
might
new
not
old
be a new
gimmick.
gimmick.
It won't be a new gimmick, will it? But it's a
You're-
new.
yeah, but
twist in
it
2018.
entirely depends. He could still just
It's a
come out as the
different
Dead Man and
character
that's it.
appearing from
No,
the
but
same
he could
man.
just be the Dead Man.
I'm all for Bray being Braun's partner, although I think it might be underwhelming if it's not presented in the right way.
Yeah, I just don't see who else it can realistically be.
Ellsworth.
Elias.
Yeah, Ellsworth's work in the
Elias
Indies.
would be weird.
Elias
I don't
would
like
be.
the idea of
It'd be
pairing those
damaging for Elias.
Braun, I know Braun's more of a mainstream face, but Braun and Elias for a long time both
Yeah.
had that section
It
of the crowd
couldn't-
cheering them, which
It
is
couldn't
what.
be Alexa
But they're
because they
doing it on
wouldn't
their own.
promote that.
Yeah.
Like,
Do they need to put those guys together? I just think that's such an unusual pairing, and I know that's part of the fun of it and all. I
No,
just
but
don't
they
really
had
wanna-
the fight.
Yeah.
You could say Elias saying, "Oh, I don't want to get beat up by any more, pal. I'm going to be a partner." And Braun like, "Oh, you were nice to beat
unless
up."
Braun's partner is Jeff Jarrett.
I like the idea.
Oh my god, if that theme.
I like the idea.
What a theme
of
that is, by the
Braun
way.
bringing in someone so pathetic that he dominates, and he's like, because maybe he wanted to be
Yeah.
the tag team champions on his own.
Yeah.
So he brings in Dwayne Gill or someone so pathetic that
Yeah.
he just does
Are
it
you
all
free?
on his own.
Hey,
I'm probably
Jay
taller than him.
Hazard!
I'm not taller than him.
Banter.
It's sorry. What was your original proposal?
So, Bray Wyatt being Braun's partner for Mania, essentially.
yeah, I'm fine
Yeah.
with that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, why not?
Whether that's a new gimmick or an old gimmick or something entirely different, or
Yeah.
but Bray being Braun's partner. I know you said
What if
Brain
they brought
being Braun's
Bray
partner.
back is like really aged, like the Jedi has become the master and sits behind the
You can tell
Padawan.
that Ross has only seen episode 1 and he loved it.
Jar Jar Binks is my favorite
Like-
character.
Like Johnny Knoxville in Bad Grandpa.
Hello, my darling. Just one clothesline and the rubber's
Wyatt.
just falling off.
Fraser, I remember when I was your master.
And this was all orange
go
groves.
free.
This was all orange
Go
groves.
free, young Bray.
Oh, spooky.
I've imparted all of me wisdom on you.
The mobile phones out was beautiful.
I've imparted all of me wisdom on you, and now it's time for you to
Had
rule
this,
the roost.
had this rocking chair. It was lovely.
Yeah, then he can actually have his rocking chair. And it would actually make sense. He's an old man.
Knitting.
I
in
used
his
to
rocking
sit on
chair
me
doing the
veranda.
Sudoku.
And I was watching the wrestling. And I was like, I could do that. Definitely.
Jojo sat beside in her rocking chair. She's coming to the ring. Weighing in at 300.
It's a yes from me on that. Ross.
Yeah, why the hell not?
Fantastic.
Mine is a final, very obvious pitch, and that is for Asuka to win. Because we were talking about this earlier, and you are firmly behind Charlotte.
I'm going to have to revisit the one I've watched because I've seen something that led me... when I watched it, I thought, bloody hell, Charlotte's going to win. I can't remember what that thing is.
Her
It
promos
was
are
your
convincing.
dreams.
I
Maybe it
don't know.
was.
I just think there's so much marketability in Asuka winning, and then you've got Rousey Asuka next year at WrestleMania. I don't want to see that streak end for a year. And I don't think it's had enough time to breathe. It's getting there, but it hasn't had enough time to breathe on the main roster.
I don't know.
A lot of those wins are NXT.
If Asuka beats Charlotte, does Charlotte get sent to Raw?
Don't know.
I don't know
how
what
you
the
play it
credit
out.
is.
Superstar
Like,
shake-up
you
is
know,
coming
How do you play it out then for a year without it getting boring?
Do what Rock and Cena did.
Well, Asuka just goes away.
Once in a
Makes a
lifetime.
film.
Very too. That's
Ronda's like, I'm here holding the fort down and you're out there gallivanting.
I think Asuka could beat Rousey at SummerSlam, and then have Rousey finally win at WrestleMania.
It's a long.
That's how
way.
it's more the week to week I'm on
'Cause
about.
I
How do you keep it
I
compelling?
think
We
we're
don't
gonna-
know if Rousey's going to be fully part-time in that way anyway.
Yeah.
I'm on
She's
about
already done
Asuka.
some morning show.
They're already
Take the day off.
Asuka's
Asuka just needs to defend and defend and defend and defend.
week
and have
on
stellar
week on week.
matches.
You can see the crowd just losing more and more interest in Asuka just because like she comes out and has a 30-second match and goes away again.
Sure.
That's the booking though. If they give her longer matches and they can exhibit better move sets and they give them time to grow, then I think she can still tell some stories and come out on top. Because then she's only going to elevate her challenges.
So are you saying you're anti Asuka winning?
Not anti.
You just
I'm just
think
questioning how you get to WrestleMania 35 with Asuka's streak intact and keeping it compelling at the same time.
Yeah, I don't think she can have. It would just be number one contender match after number one contender match, and then Asuka squashing them at various pay-per-views until the real.
Unless
threat when
Asuka
Rousey
goes too
turns up.
far and injures Rousey, and then that builds a natural storyline between Rousey and Asuka, allows Rousey to go off and shoot a film, and then she can come back, and Asuka's been keeping the belt warm for her.
I just think there's so much more marketability to get from Asuka's streak. I don't want to see it end.
See, I disagree. I
WrestleMania.
think Charlotte's a lot more marketable as the woman.
Okay.
Nah.
I don't know. I think Charlotte is really, really fantastic.
Mainly
It wouldn't hurt
because,
her
and I
this
don't know why
size.
WWE are doing this, but they're picking on the Japanese people for their promo skills at the minute, especially with Shinsuke, which I don't understand the thing behind that
I
at
don't
all.
get it.
Yeah.
Shinsuke's promos are so engaging.
He's
It
come
doesn't
a
matter
very
what he
long
says.
way,
He can
yeah.
say almost nothing, and his delivery is so intense and
But
real.
I don't
Alexa
get why they
Bliss-
don't allow them
sorry.
to just speak Japanese.
I don't know. I don't know how you do that on live
But
TV
literally,
without
Alexa
the
Bliss is
audience.
on Raw
translator.
these days going, Asuka, you can't speak very good English.
Well, we
It's
know
just
a lot
like,
of,
oh, God.
It's not on. I know
Get it
she's
with
a
the
heel,
times
but,
now.
like, it's not on, is it?
No.
It's not the way a heel should necessarily be presented.
No.
Okay, so thoughts on Asuka winning?
Just because I am fearful of what might happen afterwards, and because of something I've seen that leads me to believe that Charlotte will win, I'm going to say no.
You got the inside scoop here, haven't you?
I'm going to have to go back and see what it was.
So you've been talking to Brandon Stroud.
I've been talking to that other guy from Sports Illustrated, the one that's always wrong. Just
Oh,
to,
the Rey
just to brass
Mysterio
her.
guy. Rey Mysterio's coming back every week. Oh yeah, he's
Rey
the-
Mysterio will defeat Asuka at WrestleMania.
Sam.
Yeah, I see Asuka winning. I don't see anything it's not going to hurt Charlotte. They've both got very long careers ahead of them, so it's only going to help the lineage of the belt keep moving, and it's not going to go stale. And if it starts getting really boring with Asuka, change it up.
Which isn't to say that a win for Charlotte at WrestleMania
Yeah.
beating Asuka wouldn't be huge. And,
No,
and
it'd be massive.
Separate her from
Yeah.
everyone else. Everyone else. I just would like to see the Asuka stuff go on for a little bit longer.
Yeah, It makes her eventual defeat even bigger if it's for the belt as well.
And I just think they want to do that with Rousey.
Yeah.
I really do.
I
which
don't
sucks,
know how
really.
good it's going to be. But
I don't know. I think it'll be okay.
What's
You got
that?
a little hair on you.
Make a wish, Sam.
What a lovely way to finish out this lovely video.
What did you wish for, Sam?
You to go away.
I've been Adam Pacitti from Cultaholic.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Adam Pacitti.
At Ross on Wrestling.
At Less Defined.
Don't follow at Less Defined.
Don't follow Ross on
no,
Wrestling.
This is...
Follow at Matt
I'm
Hardy
gonna
Brand.
tell your editor.
At Matt
to just
Hardy
make you
Brand.
look like a mug.
At whatever Queen Rebecca's Twitter is, and Baby Maxwell, King Maxwell, and the other one, Wolfgang.
Get out.
See you soon.
Senior Benjamin.